Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're out here with Arwen and Shadowfax, and we've got some dogs hanging out with us here today. And we're going to start talking about goat behavior. Because over the last several weeks, we've been talking about goat housing and goat fencing and letting your goat forage and all that good stuff. But we haven't talked about goat behavior specifically. So I'm going to start talking about that once a week. Little bit of more information here and there about goat behavior. I am going to keep the videos fairly short, so you don't have to sit and watch a 25-minute video just to learn a little bit about goat behavior. So let's start with some very basic things about goat behavior. Goats are really smart, and they're really tenacious, and we're not really sure how smart they are. Okay, we don't actually know how smart goats are, because they're a little bit like cats in that they really don't care about trying to impress us. They just don't care. So anytime someone tries to actually figure out how smart a goat is, they kind of just go like, oh, I don't care. So it's really hard to actually know how smart goats are, but they're smart and they're tenacious. They do not give up, and they're buttheads. So there goes vodka, squinching under the fence. But anyway, they're tenacious as heck. So because they are that tenacious and that smart, they like to do things their own way. They do not care about your way or what you want or what you think you want. Some goats will seem like a genius on one day and an idiot the next, because they kind of do that. They're unpredictable. They are capricious. They are changeable, and they're bonkers. Like, completely bonkers. They're nuts. So, goats are completely unpredictable. One minute your goat wants a snuggle, the next minute they want nothing to do with you. You just kind of have to learn to deal with the unpredictability of goats, okay? They are nimble and curious. Because of that combination, they tend to make a joke out of everything goat-proof. You goat-proof things, and they laugh at you and escape anyway, or get into where you don't want them to get into. So, kind of in the goat community, a running joke is goat-proof is anything but. Because they will take it as a challenge, and they'll usually succeed. So, goats get out, and they'll lead us on a merry chase around the world. You'll end up 3 farms down going, where's my dang goat? They are awful and lovable and perfect. We absolutely adore our goats, and they're really the perfect hobby farm pet. But because of their tenacity and because of how nimble they are and how curious they are escape artists. So expect that they'll lead us on a merry chase, and then 5 seconds later, after you catch them, they'll be like, where's the snacks, mama? They are just that way. Okay, so part of having a goat is really bonding to them so that it is easier to, 1, catch them when they get out, because it'll happen, and 2, just make them stick around a little bit easier. If they love you, they won't run. And goats do get out. Virtually everyone who's ever owned a goat has stories about how the goat escaped. And you'll notice we even stopped caring. Like, this fence was designed for him, keeps him in, it doesn't keep her in, and we don't care. We just stopped caring about it. So she just wanders where she will, because there's no point. We decided there was no point. We're in the middle of nowhere. Our nearest neighbor isn't even visible that way. And we're surrounded by field, and she doesn't really care. So we don't care. She doesn't care, so we don't care. Okay? That's just the way that works. So, goats are basically full of hilarity and contradictions. And because they are so full of hilarity and contradictions, you will find yourself one day angry as heck because your goat just bashed up the side of your car by deciding they were going to ram the side of your car for 20 minutes. And the next day you'll be laughing because they're standing on top of the barn and you don't know how they got up there. So they are funny, they are frustrating, but they are absolutely precious. Not everybody should have a goat. If you do not like the unpredictable, don't get a goat. If you do not want to have to chase your goat for half a mile, don't get one, because it happens. The best of goat keepers occasionally goes, dang, where'd my goats go? So just be prepared for that. Just know that it could happen, that it very easily might happen to you, and it happens. So if your goats get out, don't even feel bad about it. Go get your goats and apologize to whoever's yard they're destroying, but don't feel overly bad about it. Anyway, that is about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. We will come back next week and we'll talk a little bit about goat hierarchy, basically the pecking order of goats, because if you have more than one goat, they're going to have a pecking order. But we'll come back next week and talk a little bit about goat hierarchy, goat leadership, and their basic pecking order. That's it for us here today at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.